Spirit-filled is the way you live. It is the way you do. Now, here's the second thing I have to correct. When you heard Paul talking about here are the things you look for: no lying, no stealing, you got out your little notebook, didn't you? And you made your to-do list. Here's my Christian to-do list. My goal, be more like Jesus. Number 1, no lying. And you're going to have a check mark. Did I lie today? Well, okay, I did tell that officer I wasn't going that fast. But is that a lie? I did agree that I was speeding. I just didn't want the 4 points. I just wanted the 1 point. So, okay, that's a 0. That's what you do. You make a checklist, right? If I can do enough of this, Jesus will love me. If I can get enough points, then I'll be able to turn it in and get into heaven like green stamps. Okay, so some of you, this is exactly backwards. Backwards. In 5:22 in the book of Galatians, Paul writes the fruit of the Spirit is the fruit. The last thing that happens in the life of the tree. Not the first thing. Okay? It's not the root of the Spirit are these things. It's the fruit. Now, let me show you how that happens. Here's most of us. Here's our little glass. And all of us got a little junk in our life. Okay? But we learn to live with it. We haven't dealt with it, but we learn to live with it. And like sediment in water, it'll go to the bottom. Okay? Now, this is all the junk in our life that we have not dealt with. These are the people who need to be forgiven. These are the things that we need to confess. These are our little addictions that we think aren't hurting anybody but ourselves. These are little things that we don't talk to anybody about, but we've learned to live with it. We're okay. Our life is not perfect, but it's okay. Now, every now and then, maybe one of these little things will float to the top of our subconscious, and we'll have a little momentary crisis, but after a while, it'll go back to the bottom and we're good. This is okay. All right, now then you'll hear something and you'll say, okay, Mike, I really want to be different. I want a Christ-filled life. I want a Spirit-filled life. And here's what happens. Christ, upon your invitation, begins to fill your life up. Now look at what happens. All that junk you were so afraid of floats to the top. Well, this is where we quit, right? This is where we quit. Oh yeah, I want to be more like Jesus. Okay, let's talk about your relationship with your dad. No. Let's talk about the idolatry of your career. No. Let's talk about your relationship with your wife and how you have your marriage out of priority. No. And we quit right there. What happens? It settles back down a little thicker, a little harder, and we're worse off than we were. Okay? Now, being filled is present tense. It means it continues to happen. Okay? It's just not one look, because most of us leak. All right? So you got to be constantly filled. Well, watch what happens when you keep on filling. All that junk in your life comes out. Yeah, some sins are more stubborn than others. You know that. And all that happens. Now, watch this. You keep pouring that, and it floats back out. It won't let sin start again. This is what Jesus said would happen to the woman at the well, right? If you knew who was talking to you, you would ask me of water, because water would become springs of life-giving water in you that would never run out. Okay? All of this stuff pouring over the side, that's gentleness, kindness. Okay? You talk to a real spiritual person, you say, you know, you're one of the most kind people I know. Oh, no, you really don't know me. Because they're focused on Jesus, not on the outward form. Okay? That's the way that happens. And now, people figure this out, so they start coming around you so they can get part of that oasis. That Jesus is flowing over you, out of you, around you. You become an oasis of grace wherever you are.